Hello, I'm Cos Malozzi, Chairman of the Board of the National Board of Directors of the Scleroderma Foundation. It's my pleasure to welcome all of you to the 2021 National Scleroderma Conference. Our theme this year is Connect and Thrive. It reflects one of the most important aspects of the conference, that when people affected by scleroderma connect, they create a very powerful energy that helps them thrive throughout the year. This is even true in the virtual environment that we find ourselves in this year. In addition to the outstanding educational programming and leading scleroderma experts, the conference is a vital opportunity to connect with others who are facing many of the same challenges you are in your scleroderma journey. I've seen the benefits of such connections in my own life. My wife, Ronnie, who was diagnosed some 30 years ago and is thankfully doing very well. But we know firsthand how the friendships and support gained through relationships with other people have impacted by scleroderma have helped us. And many of these relationships have started at scleroderma conferences like this one. While the National Scleroderma Conference is sometimes considered the Foundation's signature program, and we are known as a leading educational resource for the scleroderma community, we're also the leading nonprofit, non-government funding scleroderma-related research. In fact, I'm proud to say that the National Board of Directors at our recent June meeting approved more than doubling its commitment to new research grants for the next year. Let me say that again, more than doubling our commitment to research and research grants for the next year, making available more than $2.7 million for new research grants. This includes dedicated funds for pediatric scleroderma research as well. In addition to our own commitment to research, the Scleroderma Foundation's advocacy program is responsible for increased funding research by the federal government. We've been very successful in securing dedicated funds through the Department of Defense's medical research budget to fund scleroderma research for 2 years in a row, and we're currently working on securing a third year of such funding. The Scleroderma Foundation is growing and evolving to better meet our threefold mission of support, education, and research. Last year, we began implementing a transformational strategic plan that started with improvements in our operational infrastructure, our fundraising capabilities, and of course, a significant increase in research funding. Another significant change this past year was the announcement by our longtime CEO, Robert Riggs, that he was stepping down from the organization for personal and family reasons and to pursue a new career in medical health counseling. We wish Robert the best of luck. Working with a committee comprised of representatives from our various stakeholder groups, we embarked on a nationwide search for a new chief executive. She began her tenure with the Scleroderma Foundation just 2 short weeks ago on July 1st. And it's my honor to introduce you to Mary Wheatley, the Scleroderma Foundation's new Chief Executive Officer. But before we hear from Mary, I want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of you for participating in our virtual conference. We look forward to coming together in person next year in Bellevue, Washington for the 2022 National Scleroderma Conference. Our mission is to serve the needs of the scleroderma community. Your support of our mission and the trust you've placed in the Scleroderma Foundation drives everything we do. I wish you a great virtual conference as you connect and thrive through the coming weekend. And now it's my pleasure and my delight and my honor to introduce our new Chief Executive Officer, Mary Wheatley.
Thanks so much, Cos. I'm Mary Wheatley, Chief Executive Officer of the Scleroderma Foundation. Welcome to the 2021 National Conference. We're so excited about all the programming that we have to offer this weekend, and I would encourage you to take full advantage of the networking opportunities, the panels, the workshops, everything that we have in store for you. Whether it's your first time attending or you participate every year, I hope you're grateful, like I am, for the opportunity to connect in this new virtual format. While we look forward to the day that we can all be together again, we're grateful that we have this platform to be able to connect and thrive together. None of this would be possible without the support of our generous sponsors, and for that, we thank you. I hope everyone has a wonderful conference, and we look forward to seeing you next year. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Virginia Steen, the chair of the Scleroderma Foundation Medical and Scientific Advisory Board.
Thank you, Mary. It is so exciting that you are now part of the Scleroderma Foundation as the CEO. We are very pleased to have you join us with the background you have through the American College of Rheumatology. So I'm Dr. Virginia Steen from Georgetown University, and I'm chair of the Medical Scientific Advisory Board to the Scleroderma Foundation. So we have been very intimately involved with the Scleroderma Foundation over the last at least 15 years. Previously, we were just sort of a board in name only, but the last 15 years, we really have been intimately involved, helping the foundation help you as patients and caregivers and supporters of the Scleroderma Foundation. The physicians and scientists that are on the Scleroderma Scientific and Advisory Board, we've broken up into three major groups: education, patient services, and research. And we're focusing a lot, because the foundation focuses so much on the patient education. The board is also focusing on physician education. This has been particularly important for me as a senior investigator. I realized how important it is for the junior rheumatology community to really understand scleroderma, because this is where you all are going to be getting your care. I know, as much as we would like to have sclerodermatologists in every city and every nook and cranny of the U.S. so that they can care for all scleroderma patients, that's not likely going to happen. So I think it's really important that the Scleroderma Foundation helps to educate the next generation of physicians to know all about caring for patients with scleroderma. That is so important. It's so important for you to be able to talk to your physicians and know that they understand this disease. They know they can contact the Scleroderma Foundation, they can contact scleroderma physicians and go to webinars and learn about this disease and know what's best that's happening. So we also are very involved with the research. The research committee helps with the exciting research grants are trying to find cures for scleroderma. We heard this wonderful news from Kaz that we are now doubling the number of grants focusing specifically on pediatrics and on lung disease. This is really a very exciting thing. As you all know, we've always focused our efforts on lung disease, both pulmonary fibrosis and pulmonary hypertension, and this is such an important part of scleroderma. And so this has been a major role as well. So we also have our help with the Foundation for Patient Education. Most of this has been around medications, and we have a wonderful pharmacist that has been helping to make sure that we get access to the medications. And actually our one of the participants in the Scleroderma Advisory Board is a pharmacist, and she was really responsible for getting mycophenolate up on the Medicare compendium, so we don't have to fight to get medications all the time. So it's been an exciting year, challenging year also for research. We've had another drug approved for pulmonary fibrosis, so we now have both the standard of care as well as 2 drugs approved for pulmonary fibrosis. And on the other hand, some of our clinical trials for the skin involvement did not turn out to be positive, which is challenging, because we really work hard to try to find cures for you. So throughout this course of this conference, you will be exposed to many different lectures and have the opportunity to hear lots of different experts talking about different aspects of scleroderma, and you will have the opportunity to ask a lot of your questions, and hopefully they will be answered. And I look forward to seeing some of you on some of the talks, and hope you have a wonderful conference. We certainly wish it were all in person like usual so we could talk more easily, but that will happen again. And I wish you an exciting time at this conference. Thank you.